We're going to get started in just a little bit, guys. Just getting a little music going, as always. Letting some people hop on here before we start this session. What is going on, guys? It is Joshua Zitting from joshuazittingfit.com, and today we have a fun little topic that we're going to cover. Basically talking about artificial sweeteners and what are they? Are they good for you? Are they not good for you? There's been a lot of questions that I've had a lot of people ask me questions on my Facebook and across my social media about this exact topic. So it's kind of it's something that there's a lot of confusion about online today because a lot of people don't know exactly what some of these artificial sweeteners do and how it can be affecting your body and your weight loss. So if you guys can, just really quick, click on the little guy in the corner and share this broadcast, and we will get going kind of talking about these topics. So first of all, one of the main, there's a lot of different artificial sweeteners out there. But some of the ones that, obviously, I would say stay away from all artificial sweeteners if you can. But there are obviously some that are less evil than others, I would say. So a lot of times you guys are going to find that even when you buy health products, a lot of these companies are either using like sugar alcohols or sucralose and also stevia as well. So now, with that said, you guys, what you'll find is a lot of times with these products that have, say, like sugar alcohols in them, the problem with these products is, and you can tell, you'll know right away if there's sugar alcohols in them because most people have an allergy to sugar alcohols, and it actually gives you diarrhea like within 20 minutes of eating the item. So you can almost tell, and how you know it's sugar alcohol too, you guys, if it doesn't say sugar alcohol is actually on the package, is it's pretty much anything ending in tol, like xylitol, erythritol, any of that stuff that ends in TOL. Those are sugar alcohols. And the thing is that, again, they're kind of a lesser of the evil. If you do have them, it's not as bad. But one of the big issues, you guys, is the fact that there's artificial sweeteners in almost everything now. It's in our toothpaste. It's in literally anything that's sweet because people like to eat sweet things. They want things to be actually good tasting, or these companies that put out like toothpaste and all these other things, obviously they want their product to be semi-enjoyable for you to use, and that's why they have to put these sweeteners in it. That's a good question. We're going to get to stevia here in just a second. Because stevia, you guys, is the one that I would say is by far the best to use. But with that said, there's different types of stevia. So let's talk about basically, so sugar alcohols, you guys, again, the problem with it is that if your body is having a hard time processing that, if it's something that is going to mess with your gut and, give you diarrhea and stuff like that, obviously it's not necessarily good for your body because it's not processing it properly. So that's something I would say, try to stay away from sugar alcohols. Although if you have a product that has it in it, then I wouldn't say that it's obviously the worst thing in the world. Now let's jump into sucralose, you guys, because sucralose is one of the number one things that these major companies are using in their products. And it's been said that sucralose doesn't get broken down by your body. So they're saying that it's essentially 0 calories, right? Well, more research is finding that it does in fact get broken down by your body. And the problem, again, with sucralose is that while it says it's 0 calories, the problem is this, you guys, is that when you start ingesting a lot of things that are really, really sweet, your body gets used to it. In fact, you now crave more sweet foods. So the studies that they're showing more and more with artificial sweeteners, you guys, is you are actually training your brain to like a certain taste. That's why if you eat a lot of sweet foods, regular whole foods like vegetables and stuff like that don't taste as good, because you've trained your brain to think, when I eat, it should taste a certain way. It should taste sweet. So the study groups that they've been putting these people through with sucralose and a lot of these artificial sweeteners shows, it actually proves that people that eat a lot of artificial sweeteners actually gain more weight, not just because of their calorie intake, but because they actually crave more sweet foods and you actually become accustomed to eating sweeter things. Therefore, you're intaking more calories and more sugar. So at the end of the day, you guys, sugar is sugar, no matter how you look at it. We don't need to get into like natural sugars as much, because I think we all know that if you've read any of my books or you guys follow me on social media, sugar's the devil. Like, honestly, it's gonna fuck with all of your fitness goals. And so I try to tell everybody to stay away from sugar. But again, we live in a society where that's not necessarily plausible. So the thing is that if you're training your brain to like these sweet things and you actually start to eat more sweet foods, the same works the opposite way. If you start to wean off of it and start eating less artificial sweeteners, start eating more whole foods, your body will actually become more used to eating that way as well. And in fact, those foods will start to taste better. So it's just something that you've got to kind of train yourself to do. Because the other thing is too, you guys, is that health-wise, it's not so much that eating sucralose or some of these artificial sweeteners is necessarily awful for you. It's the fact that we're eating them every single day, right? So when you look at a lot of these products, these different sugars that they had out for a long time that are now getting banned because it was proving that, it was causing cancer, Alzheimer's, all this other stuff. The reason behind it is because people were eating it every single day. I mean, they were putting it in their cereal, they were putting it in their coffee, they were putting it, so you gotta think about, okay, it's okay to have some of these artificial sweeteners occasionally, but if you're eating it every single day, you should really think about that, because over time, with your body not properly processing stuff, if it's holding on to certain compounds from those sweeteners, then over time that's going to build up and it's going to cause issues in your system, right? So, and those issues lead to storing fat, and a lot of other issues lead to headaches, lead to, all sorts of stuff. So the key is to limit your intake of these things. Now, to talk about stevia, okay, stevia is by far, from everything that I've read, looked at, talked to nutritionists about, stevia is by far one of the better artificial sweeteners. If you have to have an artificial sweetener, it is the better way to go because it's plant-based, your body actually processes it properly. Now, with that said, if you go with a stevia that's like Truvia, you got to understand that some of these companies take the actual stevia leaf and they process it down and they take certain compounds out of it, and it's not true stevia. So you got to be really aware. In fact, when you buy stevia, look for whole leaf stevia, because that is actually what you want to go with, is a whole leaf stevia, rather than a brand that's basically taken part of the stevia leaf and broken it down and processed it, because then it's not as healthy for you. So I hope that makes some sense to you guys. For some reason, my camera on Periscope right now is kind of tweaking out a little bit. Hopefully it's not on your guys' end. But so as far as the sweeteners go, you guys, definitely try to stick to slowly weaning off of these artificial sweeteners. Be very aware. There's over 100 different terms now for sugar on food labels. Yeah, sorry guys. I know that the connection, for whatever reason, I've been having issues on Periscope all day today. So hopefully, in case you guys want to watch the replay, it will be up on YouTube, and that way you guys can see the version that's not all choppy. So I apologize for the choppiness, but just to kind of wrap things up, you guys. Again, try to get away from artificial sweeteners. Try to go more towards whole foods, because the fact of the matter is there's certain products like BCAAs and stuff like that that are going to have sucralose, because quite frankly, these products taste like shit without it. I mean, that's all there is to it. And basically, so you're not going to be able to completely get away from sucralose right now, although companies are starting to recognize this and they're starting to move towards finding new ways to introduce stevia into their brands, which is awesome because I give massive respect to fitness companies that actually care about what they're putting in their products, just rather than trying to make a cheap ass product and sell it to people, right? So that basically is the number one thing that you guys want to look out for. Again, this is Joshua Zitting from joshuazittingfit.com. For those of you watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my channel and check me out on social media, you guys. I'm on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all the above. So I'll check you guys later, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.